All right, good morning. Welcome everybody to MAD PD. We're here today to talk about connecting communities and how to provide our students with easy access to free computers to support their learning in classrooms. This morning I'd like to introduce Aaron Frisk, Scott Skinner, and 3 student tech stewards from Centennial Senior Public School. Reimage A. Wait, is Mahi here?
No, we're trying to find
Reimage
her.
and Jasnur. So we've got 2 this morning, but we also have little Kara. She's from Parkway Public School, and she's going to try and give us a hand too. Now, there's been a lot of people involved in the work that we've been doing so far over the last couple of years. And I'm hoping, can everybody see the presentation slide screen now?
Yep.
Awesome. So I'd like to show just a few of the people who have been involved in helping. And again, this is just a snapshot of a couple people who have helped with providing their students with free access to technology. And some of the students have already been honored by Reimage Computer Technology for their hard work in helping provide many students with access to tech. So how do we improve computer access for students in classrooms? Reading?
Oh, wait.
Or you want to do the next one?
I think I called the next one.
Okay. So putting it simply, to solve the problem, we just need to ask for resources. Reuse any computers that we can find that are 10 years old or newer, and reimage all working computers that may be running a little slower with a student-tailored Linux operating system. So ask, reuse, and then reimage.
So where can you?
Who can you ask for free computers, Rudy?
Okay, so you can ask anyone, actually. You can ask your local families in your community, or your friends, or even businesses. Even schools have old computers that can be recycled. If you just ask for somebody, if you ask someone to use them, maybe you can reimage them or repurpose them for a purpose of reusing.
Awesome. And Scott, you've done this yourself for your schools.
Yep.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the company on the screen there has a pretty easy to use form. I think it's on the next slide. You go to this website and you apply for any one of these kind of packages, but there's a free package, so why not choose that one? When I did it, I asked for 100, just kind of thinking, why not? And they honored it. They gave me 100 computers with everything. You get the computer, like the tower, the monitor, all the cables, keyboard, mouse, and it was all free. The only thing I had to pay for, or my school had to pay for, was delivery and a way to connect to Wi-Fi.
That's amazing. At our school, Centennial, we did the same thing, and we had very similar costs. Essentially, to install one donated or one free computer, it's anywhere between $9 and maybe $20 max.
So it's extremely affordable compared to buying new. What does it mean to reimage a computer? Jasnur?
So putting a new operating system onto an older, possibly slower computer to make the computer run faster like a cloud-based Chromebook. There are many steps involved in changing an operating system on a computer, but we have tried to make the process super easy so anyone can do this.
Awesome, thank you. And maybe the creator of Galore, Aaron Frisk, can shed a little bit of light on how Galore was created.
Sure. So at the previous district I worked at, we had a pretty aging inventory of laptops. It was about 3/4 of the machines that we owned were all above 8 years old. At the time, newer versions of the Windows operating system just would not function well on them. So we tried other education-based Linux distributions, Ubuntu being one of them, and nothing quite fit our needs. So we decided we were going to take on the initiative of trying to build our own operating system, or at least kind of tweak one that already existed to fit our needs. We took what's called Xubuntu or Xubuntu, which is a lightweight Ubuntu-based operating system. Made a handful of tweaks, geared it towards our student use. That ended up being our main operating system at my previous district for about 5 years. And then shortly thereafter, I worked with Andy here, and we wanted to make it something that could be redistributable and easy for the average user to download and then to use, and then I guess to maintain long term.
That's amazing. And it really has made a major difference in our districts, in our area in Canada too. So thank you so much for building this and guiding us through the process and how to install it and use it ourselves.
You're welcome.
So here's an example of what the display may look like with some instructions. It's a really busy screen, but essentially it's a really simple tool to use. So Kara, on the sign-in page where it says student, what do you do to log in?
Enter.
You just push enter. Okay. And when you're on the sign-in page, you're looking for something to log in. What are you looking for?
Chrome.
In the Chrome icon, where do you usually find it?
Close to the bottom left-hand corner.
So on the display, there's also a way for students to take screenshots of their work or of research they're doing online, and they can store and save everything online, either in their G Drive or using Office 365. So it's a very versatile tool. It also allows students to protect their personal information so that when they log off or even just close Chrome, it signs them out automatically. And if they log off or shut down of the computer, it will scrub all of the previously downloaded or stored information, making itself brand new again, which is fantastic, keeping it running fast. So where can you download Galore ISO from? So this is it's essentially an operating system. And the best place to download it would be from bit.ly/SDG, Galore SDG. And how do I make a bootable Galore ISO? Well, you have to download Galore first. Once you download Galore, then you need to download Etcher and then install Etcher. So Etcher is a piece of software that'll allow you to install Galore onto a USB in a bootable USB format. And when you're using Etcher, once you've downloaded the ISO, you simply select the ISO from your desktop or wherever the download is positioned, then select the drive or the USB that you plugged in, and then click flash. It might ask you for an administrative password on your computer, click OK, and then let the flash start. It's a really simple, fast process, and you'll transform any USB device, minimum 2 gigabytes, into a bootable Galore USB. Now, how do you run it? Did anybody want to talk about this? Gary, you want to talk? All right. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So first what you do is you put your Galore USB in.
We're looking at the bottom right-hand corner.
Then you put your Wi-Fi stick in.
Okay, so Kara's plugged in the USB.
Then you click on.
Now, it's a little bit different for different computers. But with this one, Kara's looked at the screen and found that in order to access bootable drives, you have to push enter. So she's pressing enter on the startup. Oh, you didn't catch it? Sometimes you might miss it, so you have to start it again. Start it up again. You have to, usually it's F9 or F12, but in this build it's enter. And what she's trying to do is catch in the BIOS sequence that and push F12 here to choose a temporary boot up device, and then she's going to choose the USB option. And then it will boot to Galore. And then she starts up, signs into Wi-Fi, and that's it. Again, a relatively simple process. Where is everybody? Okay. So again, what you need to do is start with a computer in the off position, plug in the Galore bootable USB, turn the computer on, press F9 or F12, or in that case, it was enter, and select the removable device, and then press enter, and it will boot to the USB that you've created, or Galore operating system. Now, Galore is much faster than the previous installed Windows operating system. It tends to run a little bit slower. So where can you find more Linux resources? Well, Aaron has built this amazing website that walks you through how to make your own tailored student operating system built upon Ubuntu at corvos.io. You could also go to bit.ly Linux resources. There's a host of a variety of different links that can guide you through some of the different work that we've done in the past. There's another neat link about 2/3 of the way down called bit.ly VB images. Those are VirtualBox images that will help you jump steps in the building process. And there's another one, Make Server. Aaron introduced us to a new fog server opportunity where it allows us to reimage multiple computers very, very, very quickly. So how that looks, let's see. Okay, bottom right-hand corner. So this is just an example of a Ubuntu Reimage computer, and this has been built into a fog server using Aaron's instructions. And so to operate the fog server, all you really need to do is activate it, plug it into a gigabit switch. So you probably have one of these kicking around. Now, usually you have like a 1000, but a gigabit switch would be required to do this operation. You plug in your fog server, and then you plug in the computer that you're going to reimage with the USB cable. And then the fog server will do all the work. We've got videos again to help you with this if you're interested in taking it a step further beyond the USB. And if you're looking for ways of tracking or looking at more of the work that we're doing, you can go to Reuse Before You Recycle, our home-based webpage. It's a bit.ly page again. Here we've got a variety of different radio interviews and some of our global impact facts, along with our global map. And you'll also find some detailed instructions from Aaron about how to build that fog server and take your student image, put it into the fog server, and then send it out to other computers you want to fix very quickly. So how to contact us? Aaron, myself, Mike Doyu, Scott, Neil Lyons, there's another 40 or 50 teachers who are involved in the work we're doing on Twitter. The best way to find us would be there. You can also email Aaron or I directly.
Sorry.
And yeah, are there any questions? Harini or Jasnor, any questions coming through?
No, nothing's coming through.
Nothing. Yeah, are there any questions?
No.
Harini
I don't see anything.
or Jasnor?
No, I don't see anything. No, nothing's coming through.
Yeah, are there any questions?
No. There's nothing.
I don't see anything.
No, I don't see anything. No, nothing's coming through.
Yeah, are there any questions? All right, so on that note, I think we're done. It's a really short presentation, and as questions come up, again, please feel free to contact us using our contact information on Twitter or through email, and we're here to help. The big picture here is that we're trying to provide more students with equal access to technology while reducing the cost of taxation in the education system and diverting e-waste. So we're saving the planet at the same time by repurposing the old computers that we have access to instead of recycling them too early. Would anyone else like to say anything before we sign off? We're good? Okay. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Harini. Thank you, Jess Noor. And thank you, Scott, so much for coming and for all the hard work that you do.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay. Bye.